Well, it's very difficult when you get started in photography. You don't know if it's going to work out. My mother told me that all photographers have bad breath and BO. I've taken a lot of bad pictures, but you work through that. I remember when I got back from my travels in Africa, I stayed at my mother's, I pulled an all-nighter, and I went through, and I must have shot like, 100, 120 rolls of film over the course of a year in Africa, and I went through them all, and it was very depressing. You see all these things you thought were these incredible moments, and you realize that most of them were really crappy pictures. I just didn't know what I was doing. Things were overexposed, the light was bad, or whatever. But you focus on the positive, and you learn your lessons from the negative, and you move forward. I think one of the hardest things when you're getting started in photography is kind of getting up every morning and doing something, and not. I remember as a young guy, waiting for the phone to ring, and even now, if you wait for the phone to ring, it ain't gonna ring. You got to go out there and make things happen. Remember when I came back from my travels in Africa, I was trying to get work, and people couldn't relate to these pictures of exotic tribes, people with big plates in their lips and facial tattoos and scars and all these things. And so I realized I had to do something local, and I decided to photograph a project where everything had to be within 1 block of where I was living in San Francisco at the time. And I found, within that 1 block, that there was a Harley Davidson shop, where there was a headquarters for Hell's Angels. There was a Holy Roller Church, and upstairs from me there was a group of drag queens they called themselves the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and they would go around San Francisco in nuns' habits and on roller skates, giving out condoms and pamphlets on sexually transmitted diseases. And I became friends with the sisters. I was exploring my neighborhood with a camera. And it was like there was a whole world in my neighborhood and I was trying to get to Africa, and it's no, there's really cool stuff within 1 block of my house. And so I think wherever you are, there are stories to be told and things to be explored.